Football is a 20th century technological struggle.
And what I seen was this whole raft of people a-setting on these two banks and looking at one another across this pretty little green cow pasture.
Football has hitting, clipping, spearing, blocking, punting, late hitting, unnecessary roughness, and personal fouls.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Stanley County Monday Night Football. Charles Curcio, Stanley News and Press, Brian Carter Video Services, and we are here tonight at West Stanley High School in Larry Wagner Field for a very important Rocky River Conference matchup between the host West Stanley Colts and the visiting East Montgomery Eagles. We see West Stanley warming up behind us. West Stanley's 4-3 right now, 1-0 in the conference. They had a huge win 2 weeks ago, 55-48 over Forest Hills. A win tonight for West Stanley would assure them of a 500 mark at the very minimum for the season. And of course, Nick Parker is back at quarterback for West Stanley after the big game he had 2 weeks ago against the Yellow Jackets. East Montgomery comes in 3-5, and they've already suffered 2 Rocky River Conference losses. Starting quarterback is number 5, the junior, Aiden Watts. He has 794 passing yards, 8 touchdowns, but 6 interceptions. And they have 3 players that have at least 3 and 4 rushing touchdowns, 4 in O.J. Pemberton and 3 in Jay-Sean Moore and Chris Diggs. It's a good old Rocky River Conference battle. We'll be back with the head coach on Stanley County Monday Night Football. Oh, yeah. Here on the pregame show on Stanley County Monday Night Football with West Stanley head coach Brett Morton. Coach, let's talk a little bit about that huge win against Forest Hills, 55 points. And your offense with Nick Parker, you just said before, it seemed to really click when he got out there.
Yeah, the rhythm's definitely better. Parker manages the offense well, and then we were able to establish a passing game, so that helped a lot.
And getting a win against Forest Hills, something traditionally the West Stanley has had a little trouble doing. I think it just gives you guys must give you guys such great momentum heading into the rest of the regular season.
Yeah, Forest Hills, they usually have size and speed, and it's always a fight between us, and anytime we beat them, it's good. And yeah, we're trying to build off that momentum as much as we possibly can.
What have you seen from East Montgomery on film, and how do you feel like West Stanley matches up with the Eagles?
They have some size up front on defense and on offense. I think we can match up, and as long as we go out and execute and do what we need to do, hopefully we'll get it done in the end.
What are the keys to a victory tonight for West?
We got to block well. We got to block like we did against Forest Hills. We need to establish a passing game on defense. We got to rally to the ball. We got to make tackles and fly around all night.
Coach, thank you very much. Best of luck tonight.
Thank you.
We'll be back with the kickoff on Stanley County Monday Night Football. Once again, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Stanley County Monday Night Football. Charles Curcio, Stanley News and Press, and Mr. Brian Carter of Carter Video Services here tonight at Red Cross at West Stanley at Larry Wagner Field.
Man, glad to be here with you, Charles. Getting ready for the East Montgomery Eagles and the West Stanley Colts to get their groove on and the game on and hit the field, and we're probably going to have a great game tonight.
It's going to be an interesting matchup. East Montgomery does not have what it had last year, really. Courtney McKinney, we remember from last year, is now playing at Carolina. Just a huge back, gave them almost 2,000 yards, and East Montgomery has been trying to sort of fill in for that void this season, while West Stanley is very glad to have Nick Parker back, I believe, at quarterback, considering the performance that he put in 2 weeks ago against Forest Hills right here in Red Cross.
Big win for the Colts.
East Montgomery is 0-2 in the Rocky Riv. West Stanley could go to 2-0 with a win here tonight, And all West Stanley has left is conference games. Just 3 games. They're only going to have 10 games this season, which makes every single game important. They could not drop any because they lost. They lost a game with Central Academy not playing in the conference.
And the Eagles are getting warmed up, ready to hit the field and go through the banner.
Here comes East Montgomery.
Yeah.
They do not have a JV team this season, so a lot of those kids that you see there on the sidelines are freshmen and are JVs. West Stanley actually played Pinecrest this week in JV action.
And a pretty close game, as Coach Morton said, but
28-24, I believe what he said. And here come the Colts. Last, 2 weeks ago, the 55 points they put up, the most combined points in a West Stanley game in school's history.
Wow.
55-48. And they had not scored 50 points. I think that might have been among the top 5 in terms of points ever scored for West in a game. I believe the record is 60.
Have we ever covered a game by West over the 18 years we've been doing this that they scored that many?
I don't know. To be honest, I don't know that we've ever seen that much of an offensive game. You're absolutely right. Kicking off for East Montgomery is going to be number 12, Ruben Velasco Perez. Hunter Stoker and Jordan Poole are deep to return.
Just about ready to get this matchup going.
Conference matchup. These are the ones that really count, as everybody well knows.
One to watch tonight.
And
North
especially
and North Stanley.
Yeah,
tonight.
that's a huge one there as well. It finally feels like football. The weather is finally cooling off.
Did you bring your jacket?
I did bring my Team Tate jacket.
I did too. You're probably surprised.
East Montgomery, West Stanley, shocked. Let's roll. Taken at the 27 by one of the upmen. Ooh, 35 hit hard down to the 37.
Upended by number 3.
I think that was Brack Morgan on the return.
Eddie Collins, number 3, stopped him in his tracks.
So they kick away from the speed of West Stanley. Starting quarterback, of course, as we said, back is number 1, the senior Nick Parker. He'll have number 5, Lucas Scott, number 3, Jordan Poole in the backfield in this one. Number 15, Daniel Hansen is lined up as a wide receiver. In the slot, Hunter Stoker is on the far side. It looks like there's also a tight end to the near side in Brack Morgan. And we have penalty markers first. Going to be encroachment against East Montgomery.
So I'll give the Colts 5, and it'll be 1st and 5.
Out of the ball at 42-yard line.
West Stanley, I just put the two together and got West Montgomery. West Stanley, I don't think their strategy is going to change. They're going to want those long drives like they like, Brian. They're going to try to keep East Montgomery off the field. Let's see how it goes. 1st and 5 now for the Colts. Little toss sweep this time to Poole. Poole's got room on the outside. He's got a first down. He's got a whole lot more. 40, 35, runs over one player down around the 30.
Wow, Poole with that speed of his. Great run by Poole.
Well, they're going to mark him back about the 38 of East Montgomery. So give him a 20-yard gain and a first down. But the thing is, there was just nobody out there, Brian. When they pitched it out there,
there was nobody.
And then when he picked up a couple of blockers, that's what helped even spur that on even further. 2 wide receivers to the near side this time. 1st and 10 at the Eagles 38, just underway. Fakes now, gives to Poole. Poole right side once again. First down and more. He is down the sideline, makes a move inside the 10, down around the 8. The Jordan Poole show for the first two plays of this game.
I was about to say.
And he's give him 30 yards on that gain, so nice for you math majors out there. 2 carries, 50 yards, and that's an average of 25 yards a carry.
Yeah, with 11:40 to go in the first quarter.
And if you could see the look on my partner's face when I asked him what the answer of that question was.
I was never a math major.
First and goal now from the 8. Fakes the snap like it was a bad snap. Gives to Poole. Poole puts his shoulders down. 5 in the end zone. He should be.
That should be a touchdown.
He was in, went back out, came back in. There's the signal. Touchdown, West Stanley Colts. I thought he was in immediately, and then just kind of ushered him back out.
Right. But
like, he really wasn't in. Well, he was.
He did cross the plains.
Yes.
So let's see if they can tack on the extra point.
So that's 58 yards all from Poole. And now Aldo Cruz for the point after. Kick is up. Oh, the kick is good. 11:21 left. Opening quarter. West Stanley 7. East Montgomery nothing. We're back. Stanley County Monday Night Football. West Stanley takes a commanding 7-0 lead. I say commanding just because they did it so easily in only 38 seconds. Kickoff. Ooh, fumbled at the 17. It's just going to get fallen on down there. If he hadn't have picked it up, Christian Layton was right there saying he'd be happy to take it.
Yeah, so I'll take it if you don't want it.
Down around the 17. That's where the Eagles will take over. The starting quarterback, as we said before, number 5, Aiden Watts. This team does not run a lot. They like to pass the football, and they've already got 3 wide receivers in this formation. Number 7, the running back, is James Pegues. And they have, like I said, 3 in the slot. Zaquan Smith, Harris Jackson, and I believe...
I was going to call his name, but I couldn't. I
believe 25 is Dallas Bowles. Straight up the middle. Oh, he runs into his own blocker, and then he runs right into the hands of Colton Hatley.
And we have
going no huddle. Going no huddle. The Colt Crazies are going crazy. Oh, we have a penalty on the play.
Apparently against East Montgomery.
And now we have a player down as well. 64 is down. I did not see the call. It might have been holding.
Yeah, that's Marcus Cable.
Oh, actually, illegal formation.
And they're coming out to East Montgomery training squad to come out and check on him.
So it'll be first and 15 now.
I know you've already heard it. You've been here, Rock Candy.
Take a quick timeout. We'll be right back. Stanley County, Monday Night Football.
$400 each.
So a delay of just a couple of seconds, really. As you said, the injured player being taken off is
Marcus Capel.
64, Marcus Capel. 5'10", 275-pound sophomore. That's a big sophomore.
And going out on his own power, assisted, but
East Montgomery looked like running a little no huddle.
First down, 15.
Split backs this time. Up the middle and nothing doing. Ooh, almost lost the football too.
And tackled in the backfield.
Number 6, the ball carrier, was Chris Diggs.
Dalton Hatley on that stop ball carrier.
And I believe Hatley on a tackle. Also, I saw 52 Travis Wilson in there. And a loss of 2 back to the 10 will bring up second down at 17. Gonna throw this time. He's got a man wide open. 35, 40, 50. It's a foot race. And he's gonna get tackled out of bounds around the 32-yard line. Easy pitch and catch to Zaquan Smith.
Number 10, Zaquan Smith.
O.J. Pemberton saved the touchdown.
He certainly...
60-yard gain.
No, that would be Christian Bowden. You looked at your wrong roster. Trust me.
Oh, sorry, yeah. It's kind of hard to see up here.
A gain of 58 yards on that pass, and boy, was he wide open. Now a little option right. Nice pitch that time, but swallowed up well by Jordan Poole. Good tackle.
Didn't fool Poole at all.
Diggs just had nowhere to go immediately. They'll mark him back to the 34. I think it's second down and looks like about 14 at the 39. Excuse me, at the 34. Diggs hits the hole hard this time, gets some positive yards. Going to run out of steam around the 29. Gain of 5 on the play. It'll bring him third and long.
A plethora of Colts.
And time. Yep, it took you 2 minutes this time to steal my words.
Wanted to do it early.
Yeah, thanks. 3rd and 8 now. Wonder if East Montgomery will try to go to the air again. This is a team that prefers almost the air to the ground. Yeah. If you look at their stats this year. We'll see how much pressure West brings. They're going to blitz one linebacker. He gets through up the middle. Throw to the far sideline is caught. Oh, nice job of getting away. I think he's going to be short. He's going to be short by 2 yards. Yeah. He nearly turned that one into
a first down.
A first down.
He's going to be about a yard short.
And
that was the wide receiver Bowles.
We'll assume the Eagles would go for this.
I would think so. And now a 4th down.
And clock's running with 8:26.
Going to just keep a straight Wildcat.
And it looks like a first down.
And he's got a first down just getting across the 20. I'll tell you, he didn't have that to start with.
No, he had to cover a lot of lateral field to get that first down.
You have to give Smith some credit there. He didn't have it on the initial part of the play. He had to stretch forward and get that first down, but that's exactly what he did. And now the Eagles are inside the red zone. 4 minutes into this game, opening drive of the game for the Eagles, trailing West Stanley 7-0. 3 wides again, 2 to the far side from the split back set. So counter motion, and that time it was Wilson again.
Yeah, number 52.
Yeah, Wilson again and Jake Hinson.
Wilson.
Only a gain of 1 will bring up second down and 9.
Gain of 1 yard, second down and 9.
Second down and 9. Rolling to his left this time, throwing, and almost picked off.
Oh.
It was intended for
Christian Bowden, number 4. He did an incredible job knocking that ball away.
Jackson kind of stopped his route, and it actually gave, as you said, it gave Bowden a chance to kind of close in on that one, and nearly knocked it, and nearly picked it off. It says it's going to be third down and 9, and you'll have to forgive both of us. This one next to me had a cold. He gave it to me, and now we both still have it. So. If we hear a little coughing, you just have to forgive us. 3rd and 9, throwing once again. Oh, he's got a man in the end zone, touchdown! East Montgomery. It was just a one-on-one situation. I'll give you the description. Zaquan Smith was one-on-one on the end with number 11 Harrison Montgomery, and he just continued his pattern into the end zone, and the quarterback just led him perfectly. Watts led him perfectly for the touchdown. And we got a tie game. 18-yard touchdown pitch and catch from Watts to Smith with 7:09 left in this opening quarter, and we're an extra point away from a tie game, and we may have another one of those offensive shootouts on our hands.
Could be.
This kick is up.
And I believe it's good.
It is good. 7:09 left opening quarter. We're tied 7-7.
Well, that's good for Rap.
Back on Stanley County Monday Night Football, East Montgomery answers West Stanley with a touchdown of their own. Another short kickoff. Brack Morgan will take it. 30. Whoa, baby. What a shoulder hit he took from James Pegues.
Big time.
That's a major league shot right there. I think Morgan is looking for the number of the truck that just hit him. And literally, they will literally start this drive right where they did before, right at the 37. Almost a deja vu moment. The kick was exactly the same distance and everything as before. Stoker in the backfield now, along with Lucas Scott. Going to toss it to Stoke. Got a little lead block in front of him and tries to cut back and does. Nice job to make really something out of nothing. And he's close to a first down. I think he's got it. They'll mark it at the 40, about the 48. I'll give him 12 and a first down.
Great run. Yeah, he just had a lot of good blocking.
Well, he followed his blocking, and then when he got past it, he just kind of moved laterally, and he was just darting. He was very, very shifty there on that run. 1st and 10 for the Colts now from the West 48, 6:39 left. Opening quarter, we're tied 7-7. Each team's had the ball once. Each team has scored once. Stoker again now will cut back. He's got another lead block in front of him. Oh, nice tackle from behind.
And grabbing around the neck.
That was Pegues once again. The gain is down to the East 45, so give them 7 and bring up 2nd down and 3. But West Stanley is getting a great push from its offensive line right now. I think that's a battle worth watching. Scott on the trap play, and this one's going nowhere. Nice interior play that time, and that was Pegues once again.
Yeah, lost about 3 yards.
Oh, Scott's actually going to mark him back a yard loss back to the 46. Will bring up 3rd down and a long 4. You got to get to the East Montgomery 42. We've not seen Nick Parker put the ball in the air yet. We'll see if they do it here on this 3rd down conversion attempt.
East Montgomery
he'll keep it, and he'll bootleg it, but he is going to have a tough time making it. He is going to come up short. Sean Davis with a tackle.
Nice effort by Parker, but the East Montgomery Warriors just closed in on him.
Down to the 43. It's going to be 4th and about 1, maybe 2 yards. Actually, it's much closer. Yeah, it's going to be 4th and about 1. They will not have to mark it because it's a full yard short, as you can see. Trying to get the play in. Two wideouts to the far side, 4th down. Seems to be a little confusion for West on what the play is. They're under, the play clock is starting to run out. Oh, just straight up the middle. Parker first down and a whole lot more.
Wow, where did that hole come from, Charles? And he's still on his feet.
That was right in the A gap, down to the 25. It's an 18-yard gain for Nick Parker.
That's a tough run for a 140-pound quarterback. That's pretty wiry.
And the thing about that is, you expect a quarterback sneak to be just, you get behind. You get in the A gap right behind your, the other side of your center, but you don't expect to have that much room. It was like
it's just like the lane.
I think they were
parted seas.
It really was. It was almost like East Montgomery was expecting on the outside, and they sort of pulled this way. Yeah, and exactly. Park went straight up the middle. They'll mark it just shy of the 25.
Clock continues to run with just under 4 minutes in the first.
Oh, fumble on the play.
Bad exchange.
It's a really bad exchange, and I think Cody Guyette might have fallen on it. Number 64. Yes, it is Cody Guyette. Ooh, that was a very fortunate play.
Very fortunate.
Very fortunate play. I don't think Lucas ever had the ball. They actually gain a yard on the play, and it'll bring up 2nd down and 9. So not only did they not lose the ball, they actually gained a yard out of it. Lucas Scott, of course, combined with Jordan Poole, they're two of the leading rushers on this team. Now Parker wants to throw. Oh, he's under pressure.
Get rid of it.
And he gets down, and he's going to be sacked. It was number 8, Brandon Haynes, and then 51 helping out was Tristan Gardner.
Looks like about a loss of 5 yards.
And they'll, as you said, mark it back to the 30. Brings up 3rd down and 15. They've actually got to get to the 15-yard line from, it's actually more like 3rd and 16, honestly, because that ball is sitting about the 31.
It looks like East Montgomery defense will be set for a passing play here.
We'll see how much pressure they bring. There's 4 on the line. They got 7 in the box right now. There's a defensive back on the other side of the field. He must be trying to watch the tight end. It's going to be Poole. And Poole spins, but they were really keying on him that time. And Pegues showing a little emotion making the stop there. Only a gain of the 29. Of course, we know Aldo Cruz is a very talented kicker. This is a little long, though.
One of the premier kickers in the county.
We're talking about 46 yards from this spot. And it looks like West Stanley is just going for it. No, you won't get much out of a punt either way. So if it's a good spot in the field to go for it, this probably is it. Little motion this time. Looking to throw. He's got a man. Oh, he's got somebody open at the 10. Complete. 5-yard line and knocked out of bounds at the 3. That's a heck of a conversion right there.
Beautiful.
Will Barbie, number 7, hauls in the pass. They'll mark it at the, looks like the 3-yard line. 1st and goal at the 3. If you're going to, what a great conversion that time by West Stanley.
Yeah.
Tremendous. And it was well open. It was a good pattern too. It looked like East Montgomery was a little soft in their coverage. They were just playing behind him. Parker straight up the middle once again, and it works again. Yeah. Touchdown, West Stanley Colts.
Untouched, Charles.
If it worked once, why not try it again? So Parker hits the end zone with 55 seconds left. A long drive.
Tack on the PAT here.
A good long drive, just what West Stanley really likes. It is exactly 55.0 seconds. Cruz's point after is up, and that's good. 55 seconds left, opening quarter. It's West Stanley 14, East Montgomery 7. We'll be back. Back on Stanley County Monday Night Football. Charles Curcio, Stanley News and Press, and Brian Carter of Carter Video Services.
Yeah, we got a good one.
We got a shootout so far. And I think we're going to be outsides against West Stanley, and that is what the call is going to be. And they will come back and we'll try this one again.
It was a very short kick, so I think Cruz will want to get another shot at it.
But it looked like that's what they were trying to do too. So. So that looked like what they wanted anyway, Brian.
Well, now they're going to have to kick off from the 40. Excuse me, the
35. That's what 40 minus 5 is.
Really?
Good job, Matt Major.
You'll get an A. D minus.
I have no comment.
Good boom.
High end over end kick, backing East Montgomery up at the 3 of the 2, and he's in the end zone, and that's going to be a touchback. He was touching it while in the end zone. I think that one kind of surprised East Montgomery a little bit.
They're rolling that one into the end zone.
Especially after that, basically that first one where it was much shorter, and then suddenly he just goes back and
puts all
booms
his leg into it. Yeah.
Well, Cruz is a standout for this team's school soccer team, so no question he's got the leg. Final minute here of the opening quarter, 14-7. East Montgomery, this is going to be their second possession. They scored their first time, including a long 58-yard pass.
Not much there, Charles.
Now the run game has just not been working particularly well. That was Diggs that time. Maybe a yard. Bring up second down and 9. Quickly working. They only have 6 rushing yards to speak of. Everything's coming through the air, and that one is complete near sideline. And oh, what a shot he took at the end there by by Colton Hadley.
Yeah, it's like number 2, Jaquan Ingram had him wrapped up.
He had him.
Need a little help though.
Complete to Collins. A gain of 4.
And that will be the end of the first quarter.
Exciting, interesting first quarter. A lot of offense. At the end of one quarter, it's West Stanley 14, East Montgomery 7. We'll be back. Stanley County, Monday Night Football. Back on Stanley County, Monday Night Football, start of the second quarter. Charles Curcio alongside Brian Carter. It's 3rd down and 6 for the Eagles. Little bunch formation. Throwing near sideline, and it's just off the hands. And there's a penalty marker down.
I was about to say,
and
3.
Jordan Poole
that
might have interfered with Smith.
Yeah, that was pretty obvious. Let's see if that's a call. Holding.
Called holding. So from the 25, they'll mark it to the 35.
That's we put the ball at the 35-yard line. It's going to be a first down for the Eagles.
1st and 10 at the 35 now. Looking near side, it is complete, but he is going nowhere. Nice play by Jaquan Ingram. Smelled that screen out right from the beginning.
Yeah, he sniffed that one right out. Didn't have a chance to catch the ball and went right down.
Well, Jackson caught it, but he lost 4 yards back to the 31. Three wide receivers to the far side, 2nd down and 14. Rolls to his right, sets and throws.
And it's complete.
Nice catch that time, very close to a first down.
Maybe a couple of yards short.
That's Dallas Bowles. I think he's going to be a yard short, as you said. They'll mark it at the 44.
Third down.
Third down, and it looks more like 2 yards, actually. Straight Wildcat this time. The run game is just not working.
No.
Smith, no, just could not make it. He actually even might have lost a yard. And now an interesting decision on 4th down.
What do you think, Charles?
You're talking about, if you're going to go for it, you're talking about a team that has 83 yards through the air, 95 yards through the air, and 5 yards on the ground.
I don't know. I think you ought to punt this one away.
they might take a timeout and talk about it. They will. We'll take one as well. We'll be back. 9:54 left, first half. 9:54 left, 4th down and 2. First down and more, yeah, way more. The first real positive running yardage play for East Montgomery.
Alden Watts, writhing, number 5, writhing in pain.
I think that might be 6 actually, because I can see 5 standing up.
That might be Diggs.
I think that might be Chris Diggs. Diggs was the ball carrier on that play. The ball is marked around the 40. We'll take a quick timeout for the injury, and we'll be back. First and 10 now for the Eagles. We just had a delay of maybe a couple of minutes.
And Diggs, he got up under his own power and walked to the sideline. He might be out for a couple plays.
Nice hit, but initially got him in the backfield. But Pegues just kept going.
I picked up a half a yard.
You know, I'm impressed with his play on both sides of the field right now. He actually fought through 3 Colts just to get back to the original line of scrimmage.
Really, that was a great effort.
Pregame on play, 2nd down.
Looking to throw, now steps up. Oh, almost whipped down hard.
Yeah, that's number 40.
Actually, I believe, if you'll forgive me, that might have been Hagan Lawhon on the tackle. Watts got a couple of yards out of it. It's going to bring up 3rd down and about 8. East Montgomery might want to keep putting the football in the air. They've been very effective with that so far.
It's been pretty successful for them.
And I think we might have another timeout from East Montgomery, and we do, and we'll take one as well. We'll be back. 8:09 left, first half. East Montgomery being very judicious on this drive. They want to get things right here. 3rd down and 8. Called their second timeout. We only have 1 left for the rest of this half. Little motion this time. Back to pass. It's a screen pass, and it is sniffed out beautifully.
I think it's number 54.
Oh, good play. I think it was Dalton Hatley. I think Dalton Hatley might be wearing 54 tonight instead of 44.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's who that was, because I heard public address announcer calling his name. So it was a screen pass, but it was just absolutely sniffed out perfectly. And East Montgomery's going to go for it on 4th down and 7 from the 40. Only rushing 4 this time. He's got time. Throws it incomplete. I think it might have been a little too tall. It was into double coverage as well.
True. He'd thread it in there. It could have been anybody's ball.
So the possession changes hands with 7:21. Colts will take over, leading 14-7. East Montgomery has not been able to stop West on its first 2 drives, and that particular defensive stop by West is their first of the game. Haven't had a lot of possessions.
Let's see if they can pad their lead a little bit more.
Lucas Scott straight up the middle for about 5, maybe 7 yards.
Close to midfield.
The trap play straight up the middle, they're going to give him more like 7. Make it 8. Down to the 48. That little trap play is working. It just looks like anything that's going through the A gap right up the middle, right off the center, is working very well for West Stanley tonight. Both the quarterback sneak and they've stopped only one of those fullback dives. Going to toss it to Scott this time. He's got lead block on the outside, first down. And a flag comes down, maybe face mask around the 45.
Yeah, right at the 45, and I think you saw a face mask.
I did, but I believe, but we'll see what the penalty call is. And it's holding against West, so it is not.
Ooh, we're backed up 10 yards here.
So if it's marked from the East Montgomery 45 back to West's own 45, that'll bring up 2nd down and 5 instead of a first down. West Stanley has been able to do just about what it wanted offensively so far. Little motion this time. Straight up the middle is Jordan Poole.
Not much.
Poole gets hit hard by number 6, Chris Diggs, and 90, Terrell Chandler. Or check that, I'm sorry, that might have been Lucas Scott, not Jordan Poole.
Yeah, number 90, Chandler, 290 pounds.
He's a big youngin'.
270.
3rd and 2. Wants to throw. Got a man.
Oh,
Stoker, did he get it?
Did he trap it or did he?
He got it. Complete, and it's a first down.
So that was a clean catch. He didn't trap it.
Put another 48-yard line. That's going to be enough to do the change into West Stanley. First down.
First down, 5:50 to go in the second quarter.
This is a Colt drive, though, just controlling the clock.
Yeah, methodical Colt.
Controlling the chains.
Typical Colt drive.
Taking their time for sure. Being very methodical, but very diabolical in their offense.
I like it. Methodical, diabolical.
Tosses it to Stoker. Stoker gets around the end. Oh, what a shot he took.
Boy, his neck's going to hurt tomorrow.
Absolutely. Chris Diggs.
Like that.
And there's a penalty marker down as well. That looks like it might be in the area of holding.
Stoker's had his head just spun around like.
Certainly has. Yep, holding against West.
20 yards worth of penalties here in this drive.
And they'll mark that one from the 48 of West, make that from the midfield stripe back to the West 40.
Not the direction they were hoping to go in, Charles.
Certainly not. It's now 1st and 22. Actually, it's at the 41. So it's 1st and 21. They've got to get to the East Montgomery 39. It's so weird that there's going to not be a West and East Montgomery in a couple of years.
Wow, I know.
With the consolidation of those schools.
That's actually going to happen.
Stoker now trying to find some room, gets around the end. Yes, he does. 50. He's going to go out of bounds.
Just taking a number 7.
Pegues once again.
Pegues, yeah.
Probably the 43-yard line.
It'll be 2nd down and about 4 at the 43 of East Montgomery. West Stanley is able to get around the end. If you're talking about just in terms of speed, so far in this game, West Stanley has been able to get to the outside.
Very fast.
And if they do that...
Stoker's doing a great job.
And if West Stanley continues to do that, it's going to make life very difficult for the Eagles. On a fake, wants to throw. Got time. Caught at the 30, 25.
Oh, nice.
Still on his feet.
Nice.
And
block.
out of bounds.
Who threw that block?
I did not see who threw the block because I was watching.
Number 5.
Was it Lucas Scott?
I think it was Lucas Scott. He was getting props from his teammates.
Hansen with a beautiful catch.
What
and
a
an
block.
even better run after the catch, or yards after the catch, or yaks, as we call them. It's a 22-yard gain and a first down, 4:42 left.
That's one of the most intense blocks I've seen.
That's a
all year.
big block. He's a good football player. He's one of the most intense athletes. I've seen him play football, especially on the baseball diamond as well. Very talented young man. Just outside the red zone. Parker straight ahead.
Again, he's got room up.
And he's got room once again, and if they're going to give you 5 yards, you take them.
Yep.
It's actually inside the 15, just a hair, but we'll give him 5. It'll bring up second down and 5.
And I about guarantee, Charles, West Stanley will be taking their time. 4:17 to go in the second quarter. So you're going to let this run down as far as possible.
Well, with the kind of quick strike that East Montgomery potentially has, you don't want to give
them
an ounce of opportunity.
That much time.
Second and 5. Toss sweep this time to Jaquan Ingram. And Ingram, he gets stood up.
Oh, a little
by
extra,
Diggs.
A little extra.
And some
shove.
extracurricular activity. Give him maybe 2 yards. That'll bring a third down and 3. Clock continuing to run, 3.5 left in this first half. West Stanley leading 14-7.
Hoping to extend their lead.
And extinguish the hopes of East Montgomery there. I'm helping you. That's what you meant to say. Third and about maybe 2.5. Jaquan tries to trap. He's got it. 10.
He's got it more.
5, and he's close, but he's going to be down right around the 2, but he sets up West for first and goal. Just did get tripped up.
And now stop the clock to move the chains, and we'll start right back up. And they'll probably be hanging around a little bit here.
East Montgomery, if West Stanley scores quickly here, may get a late chance in this half.
So letting that clock run down.
They're trying to give them as little time as possible. Ingram straight up the middle. No, he is hit hard. 55 led the charge. Zakiah Chambers with a tremendous play. And I think he will actually maybe lose a yard, and I think we might get a timeout from West Stanley. And we will. We'll be right back on Stanley County Monday Night Football. So West has 2 timeouts left. Second and goal now at the, look more like the 3-yard line. I believe it was West that took the timeout. We will check and find out. Little fake. Now Parker on a bootleg.
Nice.
He's got room to run. Touchdown West Stanley Colts. Easily done.
Parker's
just absolutely faked the entire defense out.
Fake me out.
Yes.
That was very good deceptive move there.
And another 5-minute drive. 2 minutes, 30 seconds exactly. Aldo Cruz for the point after.
And
did he hook that one? No, he did not. It's good.
It looked like it was partially
might have got partially blocked. Well, counts just the same if it goes through the uprights. 21-7 West. We'll be back. So a late score for West Stanley. They're going to give East Montgomery about 2.5 minutes to work with, but they only have 1 timeout left. But the Colts lead 21-7. Short kickoff, another. And I think they were offsides once again. I don't know if there's something about the timing of that.
Could be. I think you're right. Off on the timing.
Looks like it's going to be offsides again.
And we'll redo this. And you're probably going to see this go deep. Yep.
But it's not going to be deep enough. It is going to be returnable, taken at the 13-yard line. Nice return straight up the middle. Nice solo tackle by Bowden.
Yeah, tackled about the 35.
Brought down to number 4, Christian Bowden.
Around the 36.
Ball starts 35.
Again, folks, you have to forgive us our coughs and stuff.
I'm trying to hit the cough button.
I'm sick. This one's sick. This one made me sick. I blame you.
Yeah, blame Will.
But
Will's fault.
we're fighting through it, so. 'Tis the season, though. There's a lot of colds going around. So let's see. East Montgomery has got the offense that's built for a 2-minute drill. Let's see what happens. Going to run split backs this time. 3 wide receivers, 2 to the near side.
I believe we're going to see an air show by the
low snap. Looking at baby! If he had thrown that one just a little softer, Jordan. Not only did Poole have his hand on it, but he had green grass in front of him.
Yep. It would have had 6 points written.
That
all
had
over it.
pick 6 written all over it. Yes, it did.
Jordan Poole. Second down.
You know, Nick Parker in this game is 3 for 3 for the air for 52 yards. I think that needs to be stated.
That's very respectable.
Aiden Watts is 7 of 10 for 96 yards and a touchdown. But the Eagles only have 21 rushing yards on 10 carries. Fakes now will give. 35-40. Owen tripped up at the 43. That was Jayshon Moore. Give him about 7 or more like 6 to bring up 3rd down and 4. Clock running under 2 minutes.
3rd down and 5.
Straight up the middle is Pegues, and he's still chugging, keeping the legs moving, but then his momentum. Boy, they're going to give him a very good spot. The clock will stop to move the chains with a minute 30. Well, if the clock would stop, there you go, with a minute 34. But
And did get the first down.
I thought he got a rather generous spot with that, if you want my humble opinion.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Clock now running under a minute and a half. East has 1 timeout remaining. No pressure. Going to throw incomplete. Looking for Dallas Bowles that time, and I think he had a little too much zip on it.
Yeah, a lot of green jerseys in that territory, too.
Clock stop with a minute 12 left.
We haven't seen quite yet, but when you do, they got the cotton candy. They're waiting on you. Fresh made over the table. Fresh made.
This is only the second time in football, in the history of both of these schools, that they've ever played varsity football, too. The first time was last year, basically. East Montgomery won that game. And it was because they're conference opponents.
Interesting.
Trips to the far side, flag comes up, and whoa, he is sacked. The quarterback goes down hard in the hands of Ian Morgan. But let's see what the penalty marker is. I think it might have been something about the formation on East Montgomery. That's exactly what it was. They may not have the tackle covered on the near sideline. So I think West Stanley will decline this penalty.
4th down.
So the sack will stand. It'll be 3rd and 16, and the clock runs with a minute 5, as you said. Clock is still stopped. Now it runs.
There we go.
Third down and a bunch.
They're not going to be conservative.
Loads up over the middle. Oh, he had it in his hands.
He had it in his hands.
And I almost called it complete, but he dropped it. Eddie Collins would have been good enough for a first down as well, and it would have stopped the clock.
He's going to hate taking that into the locker room.
So this is probably a punting situation, and the punter, Velasco Perez, comes out. Jaquan Ingram is going to be deep to return this punt. Standing at about the Colt Well, he's still backing up. 30-yard line, around the 30.
And we still have 51 seconds to go. I think the Colts conservative or try to.
Oh, West Stanley was off sides there, so there'll be another 5 yards, and they'll try this one again.
Flags down on that play. That's going to be on.
Yeah, try not to get too far ahead of myself unless I'm get the punt off.
5-yard penalty pushes 45. Still 4th down.
48.8 left in the first half here. West Stanley leading 21-7. I get the feeling, though, you wonder if they'll just try to safely get this punt back and
Play pretty conservative.
play it conservatively. Let's see. He's going to return it from the 27.
Down the lane. Got a hold.
Still on his feet. Now he's going to run out of real estate at the 37.
He was trying to make something happen.
He certainly was.
Number 2, Jaquan Ingram.
Making that stop is up down at Drew Brewer.
So with 37.2 to be exact.
37 seconds to go in the half.
You have we'll see if, as you say, how aggressively West plays this. Wants to throw. Looking and got Brack Morgan complete. First down and more across the 45, down around the 43.
Did he get out of bounds? Yeah, he did.
Yes, he did.
So that'll start the clock with 28.2 seconds left.
Across the 50 to 45-yard line, 28 seconds left. They're moving the chains. It's West Stanley.
20-yard gain and a first down. And,
Well, I guess we
and they
have our
have all their
answer. I guess we
timeouts,
have
too.
our answer.
Yeah, absolutely. And they have their timeouts, so why not take a shot? You're up 2 touchdowns.
That's an eternity.
Yeah, take a couple shots downfield because you can stop the clock if you need to. Because they have 2 timeouts left.
And if it comes down
maybe
to
see if Aldo can. You can give Aldo a shot at a field goal.
Get him in his range, and that's pretty. That's money.
Twins right this time. He is a solid kicker, no doubt. Going to throw once again. Pressure coming from the backside. Gets rid of it. Just ahead of Stoke. Just ahead of Hunter. Just maybe a little half a step or more, and he would have had that right on the run. It'll bring up second down and 10. It was a good play call, though.
Oh, yeah.
And it was actually open.
It was on the money. He was just, like you said, a step and a half behind.
East Montgomery is playing a lot of zone in this game. Man defense would have been dangerous there because of where the ball was. One wide receiver to the left side. Wants to throw again. Throws it up. Complete to first down and more.
He needs to get out of timeout time.
It's going to be timeout time. The clock will stop to move the chains. Nice pitch and catch to Poole.
They're moving the chains in West Stanley.
Down to the 25. It'd be a 42-yard field goal from here. There's only 10 seconds left. West will call a timeout here. I think they're going to have to try to take maybe one more shot down the field. We'll take a quick timeout. Be back on Stanley County Monday Night Football. All right, Stanley County Monday Night Football. Charles Curcio and Mr. Brian Carter. 10 seconds left, as you saw, in this first half. Twins right this time. West does have 1 timeout remaining. East is coming with some pressure. They're going to go Poole up the middle, and he's going to get stopped around the 23.
They better call.
And then they're going to have to call another timeout, and they will. Maybe the 23. Depend on the spot.
What do you do? Do you bring out Cruz now? 4 seconds. You got play time for one more play, and that's it.
The ball is sitting at about the 20 inside the 24, so you're looking at about a 40-yard, I'd say around 40 yards for a field goal. And Cruz is on the field, so I think they're going to give him a shot from...
Yeah, Coach Morton, how much confidence do you have in your kicker?
And they're going to give him a shot here. It's going to be from the left hash mark.
So you're talking,
So this is not
40?
Yeah, it's about a 40-yard. It's going to mark it right at the 30. It is a 40-yard field goal attempt.
All right, folks, let's see what Cruz can do here. He's got the leg for it.
Will Barbie is the holder. Snap is good. The kick is up. If this got the distance, it's straight enough. It's good.
Yeah, great kick, great kick. Congratulations, Mr. Cruz.
Now here's an interesting point. The clock never moved, and now the clock does. So,
what a way to end the half, Charles.
well, the clock didn't move after he made the field goal, so they ran it, and that's how it took.
Distracted.
A 40-yard field goal by Aldo Cruz, and we have reached halftime here at West Stanley High School. Your score, West Stanley 24, East Montgomery 7. We'll be back. He's Brian Carter. I'm Charles Curcio. We are Stanley County Monday Night Football.
What am I going to learn?
Students will learn radiographic exposure, image processing, radiographic procedures, physics, pathology, patient care and management, radiation protection, quality assurance, and radiobiology. Coursework also includes clinical rotations to area healthcare facilities.
What are my career choices?
This degree prepares individuals for employment opportunities in hospitals, clinics, physicians' offices, medical laboratories, government agencies, and industry. Graduates of accredited programs are eligible to apply to take the American Registry of Radiologic Technologists national examination for certification and registration as medical radiographers.
Why Stanley Community College?
Here at Stanley Community College, we feel that college is not the ultimate destination. It's a place of discovery that equips you with knowledge and skills to journey on to a rewarding, successful future. Call us today to schedule a campus tour or visit us online to learn more. At Stanley Community College, we're changing lives.
What am I going to learn?
Students will learn to perform diagnostic testing, treatments, and management of patients with heart and lung diseases. They will master skills in patient assessment and treatment of cardiopulmonary diseases. These skills include ventilator management and monitoring, drug administration, and treatment of patients of all ages.
What are my career choices?
Employment opportunities include a wide variety of health-related areas, including hospitals, clinics, skilled nursing care facilities, home care agencies, rehabilitation centers, industrial and educational institutions. Graduates are eligible to take the entry-level certification exam from the National Board of Respiratory Care.
Why Stanley Community College?
At Stanley Community College, we feel that college is not the ultimate destination. It's a place of discoveries that equips you with knowledge and skills to journey on toward a rewarding and successful future. Call us today to schedule a campus tour or visit us at stanley.edu to learn more. Stanley Community College, we are changing lives.
We are back on Stanley County Monday Night Football. Charles Curcio, Stanley News and Press, and Brian Carter, Carter Video Services. 24-7 is the lead as we start the third quarter. Nice open field tackle that time. That's Daniel Hansen with a beautiful tackle around the 23.
He dropped it to the 23-yard line.
Helped by number 81, Brack Morgan.
No, Daniel Hansen made the tackle.
I'm saying he was held.
Oh, he was held. Excuse me. I didn't know what you said. He was held. What are you talking about?
Held by
This is what happens when you get old. What'd you say there, Sonny?
What?
All right, we'll get to some halftime stats in just a minute. 4 wide this time. Looking to the near side, pump fake, and then moves up. Oh.
Those were dangerous.
It was kind of a dangerous play.
He probably should have just slid.
He'll get about 20 to the 27, so maybe about 4 to bring up 2nd and 6. First half, Nick Parker had 2 rushing touchdowns. Jordan Poole, 62 net yards rushing and 1 touchdown for West. 153 yards, 22 carries. Parker was 5 of 6 for the air for 90 yards. We'll check the individual stats from East in just a second. Peggy this time nowhere going. Lucas Scott says niet.
Lucas Scott there again.
And folks out there, if you know, that's Russian for no.
That's Russian. He's Russian for no. He's Russian for you not go further than this point. He's Russian for your tackle. His worst Russian accent ever.
I thought that was pretty good.
No, thank you. It's more like Baltic accent from Grand Theft Auto 4. Gamers will understand reference.
That sounds like Robin Williams from Moscow on the Hudson.
That too. 3 wide receivers to the side. Oh, and he gets away, and he does not. Hunter Stoker with the blitz, and he gets him.
Stoker.
Well, he tried to bend away from him, and if he'd stayed up on his feet, he might have been able to, but...
Yeah, we've been calling Stoker's name a lot tonight.
Stoker's had a good game. This sack is all the way back to the 17, 4th and long, and it's got to be a punting situation, and their punter, number 12, that's Ruben Velasco Perez, will come out. So a solid start. East Montgomery only had 26 net yards rushing. They were 7 of 12 for the air for 96 yards and a touchdown. That's Aiden Watts. Ooh, low snap.
Oh, almost blocked.
He almost put his knee down when he picked up that
short kick.
And it'll run out of bounds right at the East Montgomery 45. So it ran maybe just short of a 30-yard kick, more like 28 yards.
I'm very lucky that wasn't blocked.
Very much so. Ton of pressure.
Now set up in
Colts will have a short field with 5:52.
Set them up in Eagle territory.
Excuse me, 9:52. Twins left this time for the Colts on 1st and 10. From the 46, up 24-7, 3 scores. Lucas Scott straight up the middle, 40, and down around the 36, tackled by Diggs. Gain of, well, they're going to actually give him a first down. Move the chains, it's a first down. It was actually, they marked the ball about the 46, and he got to around the 36. West Stanley has been able to move the football tonight. Definitely, I think, as Coach talked about in our pregame, with Nick Parker and the rhythms of this offense are very smooth right now. A little motion this time. Scott, beautiful hole that time. Did you see the size of that hole? It closed quickly, but he got through it enough to get down to the 29 and gain about maybe 7 yards. Man, make it 6.
Yeah, Charles, definitely. Parker is in his rhythm. Everybody's on the same page.
And, of course, the guys that don't get as much credit and deserve the credit, the offensive line.
Oh, they've been a tremendous
They've been
job.
really good. If you're ever watching a game, folks, and you want to see which team is winning, I guarantee you whichever line is getting pushed further in whichever direction. For example, if West Stanley is pushing East Montgomery's front 4 down the field, that's just a good indication of who's winning the game, and that's kind of what's been happening in this game so far. Twins right this time on 2nd and 4. Straight up the middle this time. Oh, they stopped him, but he moved away.
No,
and he's
there
going to
he
get through
goes.
15, 10. He's going to score. Touchdown, Nick Parker. Touchdown, West Stanley Colts. I don't know. He got stopped. He bounced off the linebacker and then just kept running.
It looked like he was bottled up, and he just scooted through. Wow.
Nick Parker is putting on a show. You asked me a question earlier about Player of the Week. I think we have a very much a leading candidate at this point. That's his 3rd rushing touchdown of the game. Aldo for the point after. Make it 31-7 with a good extra point. Snaps a little low. We got it off, just did. And it's good. 8:26 left in the 3rd quarter. West Stanley in command, 31-7. So Nick Parker scores his 3rd touchdown of the game. High end-over-end kick will drive the return man into the end zone, and it'll come out to the 20.
Yeah, he was wanting to take it out. He just stepped into the end zone. So we'll put the Eagles at the 20-yard line to see what their offense can do.
Lots of push-ups.
Let's take a look here.
West Stanley in command, 31-7.
Yeah, those girls are going to be very tired at the end of this game.
Nice job down there by Coach Crazy.
1st and 10 for the Eagles from the 20. Little fake now, a nice toss this time. Trying to get around the end, but he does not get past Jordan Poole. Jay-Sean Moore on the carry. It's a nice play that they run off that twin back set. It's just they can run the option either way. And you don't expect a team that passes as much as they do to run that option, but they are able to off that set.
Well executed, but the Colt defense was right on top.
Just right on top of it, and they have been for most of the night. Wanting to throw far side incomplete, well over the head. I think he needed to wait another maybe half a second. Eddie Collins was open.
Yeah, quick release, but
he just, I think he was a little too quick. And pass kind of sailed on it a little bit. That'll bring up 3rd down and 6.
Yeah, Eddie Collins, number 3, really didn't have a chance at it.
2 wide receivers near side this time, split backs once again. Wanting to throw near side, and it is incomplete. That
looked like
there was a lot of contact. What happened was I don't think the ball was catchable.
Yeah.
If he had thrown it a little more accurately, if it was a little less air under it, there might have been a case for interference there because it could have gone either way because they ran into each other. That was Zaquan Smith and Jordan Poole. But nonetheless, another 4th down and another punt, I think, for East Montgomery, yes. Without having Central Academy playing varsity football this year, this means that the Rocky River Conference, there's only 5 teams playing. You only have 4 conference games, so those games mean even more than they may have in past years.
Nice punt.
Nice punt. He's going to get, it falls right into the hands of Jaquan Ingram. He bowls over one Eagle, and then he gets folded backwards like a piece of origami.
I didn't know if he was going to let that go.
I don't know. He wanted to get. I don't think he wanted to field it.
Yeah,
but it just happened to bounce right into his hands, and he had to.
Had to.
Malcolm Dowdy, number 71, Travis Scott. Ball's on the 48-yard line.
So 7:26. West Stanley takes over once again. Well in command of this game, up 24 points, 31-7. Poole hit immediately by Pegues.
Yeah. Tried to make a spin move on Pegues, but nothing good.
East Montgomery has just not been able to have enough plays. They've not made enough negative plays, another tackles for a loss. Everything West has done, they've done in positive yardage for the most part, and you could just tell the difference in the game, just the way they've been able to move the football. Going to toss it this time to Lucas Scott, near sideline. Gets through. He squirts through 3 defenders and gets down around he's going to be close to a first down. I think he might have it. It's going to depend on the spot.
Yeah, they haven't signaled yet.
Hughes again on the stop coming up. That's going to be close for about 43-yard line. Looks like it's going to be 3rd down, less than a yard.
So make it 3rd down, and it is about a half a yard.
What do you think? You think Parker's going to take it up the middle?
That's been effective so far a couple of times.
Yeah, it worked about every time.
Kind of hard to not to.
If he only needs a half a yard, I mean, I would put it in his hands.
Twins left this time.
Yeah.
Ooh, trying to find the room, and this time East Montgomery is obviously corrected for that after that last touchdown run.
His forward motion might have gave
He's
him
got the first down, but
that was close.
But it took a second effort too, because his initial
did he bump off
push forward? I think he hit an East Montgomery player. Now they'll move the change. It's a first down, but obviously East Montgomery after that last
they said,
game, we're not allowing that to happen. At least not on that play. Twins right this time on 1st and 10 from the East Montgomery 42. 5.5 left, third quarter. Colts up 31-7. Poole trying to get around. There's just too many East Montgomery players that are unblocked on that left side. Just not going to get anywhere. It's no gain. They really sort of keyed on Jordan tonight.
Well, they know what a threat he can be.
No question about it. And Poole has 7 carries. He still leads with 63 yards on 7 carries. 30 of that coming on 1 run. As a team, though, West Stanley 209 yards on 29 carries, and they're 5 of 6 through the air for 90 yards. So getting close to 300, just a biscuit shy of 300 yards passing. Total offense.
Yeah, Parker might want to try to get out of the air and go to Stoker, who's in the.
That's what he's looking to do.
Yeah.
Oh, he tried to load up, but he's going to run out of time.
You can tell he was looking for him.
And he's going to get sacked back at the 47-yard line by 51, Tristan Garner. They'll actually mark it right at the midfield stripe, so make it a loss of about 8 and bring up 3rd down and 18. Again, if you're just joining us, shame on you, but if you're just joining us, and you can rewind back if you want to, if you're watching online, West Stanley took the opening drive, and it was all Jordan Poole on that first drive. He finished with an 8-yard touchdown in the first 39 seconds of the game. East Montgomery answered after a long pass. Aiden Watts found Zaquan Smith for an 18-yard touchdown. And now we had penalty markers before this play, but it's been all West Stanley after that. 2 touchdown runs by Nick Parker, one in the first quarter, one in the second. It's going to be offsides against East Montgomery. And then Aldo Cruz going into the locker room. That's had to be a big boost for West Stanley.
40-yard.
Getting that 40-yard field goal. And then, of course, Nick Parker just ran for 29 yards and a touchdown.
And that's the longest we've seen this year.
In terms of a quarterback, I think that's...
field goal.
Oh, field goal, absolutely, yes.
And quarterback play.
I didn't know what you were talking about. Longest run. I had already moved on. That'll be 3rd down now and about 13, a little more manageable. A little motion this time. Fakes, looking to swing it out, and he's got his man. Going to have to make some moves to get out of there, but he will not.
Tripped up.
Daniel Hansen just really, he's more of a safety valve, if nothing else. And I believe Cruz is coming in to punt. West Stanley is going to play it safe and just try to pin East Montgomery back deep. It's a 24-point game, so East Montgomery is down 3 possessions. They would need 3 touchdowns.
That's a smart move.
And 3 2-point conversions just to tie this game. And clock is not a factor yet, but it's starting to be. But as we said, though, this East Montgomery team, with the way they play, they can get offense generated in a hurry. Oh, and a little ran into the return man, and that's going to be a penalty. The returner was going for a fair catch. The ball's going to be spotted at the 14, but the flag is because number 4, Christian Bowden, ran straight into Zaquan Smith, and he was,
Bowden said, well, wouldn't it?
And that's going to be against West Stanley. That should put the ball, instead of being at the 14, that should put the ball around the 29-yard line if that's 15 yards. I'm not sure if it's 5 or 15, to be honest. It's called fair catch interference, and it's a 15-yard penalty.
Ouch.
Oh, they're going to make West Stanley re-kick the ball. Interesting.
So we'll just do this over. I see Cruz is going to really have to put his leg into this one.
It was a 15-yard penalty, basically.
Low snap.
And he's going to have trouble getting this one away. He's just going to run it 40, 45, 50. He's going to run out of real estate. And, he almost got waylaid. He got enough yardage back, and they're complaining about a face mask, and there's no call forthcoming. And a blow to the head, yeah.
I mean, that was helmet to helmet. And then the fans are
screaming for a penalty.
That was a dangerous hit right there. I know the schools are trying to avoid those type of penalties, but it was not called a penalty.
So give Aldo Cruz credit for running the ball up to the East Montgomery 45 after.
I wonder what made him decide to.
Well,
do that.
he ran out of time. He had no way. There was no way he was going to be able to get that punt out of there.
Even though he's quick.
He had two guys right in front of him. He just couldn't do it. Watts now loads up. This one is well over the head of both the intended target, Smith, and the two defenders, Layton and Poole.
Yeah, they were the only ones in the vicinity. They had a chance at that ball.
So after showing some touch early in this game, Watts has had some trouble in this second half completing passes. Give up the middle this time to Pegues, 45, and oh boy,
a little extra
shot there. That's when that's when the game can get really dangerous. Yeah, it just when those and yes, many times it is the first hit, but sometimes it's that second hit or somebody hits you in a weird angle, things like that, and that's when people get in trouble. Throw to the near side. This time is complete. Got away from one tackler, and he's going to get a first down. What a great job avoiding the open field tackle attempt by Eddie Collins. He avoided, I believe it was Jaquan Ingram. And Hunter Haithcock makes the tackle at the 44, but it's good enough for an East Montgomery first down. But that was just literally throw the ball out to you, and you're going to have to beat your defender.
And he did. A minute 48 to go in the third quarter. 31-7 in favor of our Colts.
Oh, straight up the middle. Initial contact, and he goes flying through the air that time. He actually made something out of nothing, basically.
Tripped up by Jaquan Ingram.
They'll give him about 3 or 4 on the play to bring up second down in the final minute of this third quarter. East Montgomery is still running no huddle, but not really running it particularly quickly. Not sort of like air raid offense where they run it very fast. Down to the 37 this time.
And time becoming a factor for the Eagles here.
Moore that time on the carry, Jayshon Moore. Will get down to the 37, give him another 4 to bring up a third and short, third and about 2 or 3. East Montgomery being very careful here. Three wide receivers this time will fake. Throws over the middle, and it is incomplete. There was a lot of contact with Jaquan Ingram. Jaquan might have got a hand in there and got away with one.
I see flags flying.
None forthcoming, and whatever he did, he got away with if he did something. They'll put the ball back at the 30. It's actually, they marked the ball at the 36. The ball should be about a yard. There we go. Now he's going to pick it up and move it back.
There we go.
Clock stopped with 20.7 seconds left in the third. Takes the give. Now there's nowhere to go. And that almost looked like a busted play. If it was a quarterback draw of some variety, he had nowhere to go. He actually is going to lose a yard back to the 38. And with 14.9 seconds left,
Colts take over.
Started to not hum that. Da, 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 da.
I'll be humming that in my sleep.
Great job by the West Stanley band. They
sounded
terrific performance at now the. I don't know if we have a time. I think we have a timeout on the field. We'll take a timeout. I'll be back on Stanley County Monday Night Football. Back on Stanley County Monday Night Football for the last 15 seconds. Probably one last play. In this third quarter, West will go twins left. Gives to Scott. Scott gets a nice block from
and just rolls
rolling over people. And that's going to be the final play.
Just rolled over Deshaun Moore.
He absolutely did. It's going to be a first down. Oops, it's going to be a first down. And they may just let the clock run. And I'm going to give you Jimmy one more time because I just wanted to hear it.
Premature there.
That's all right.
Okay, now.
We've reached the end of 3 quarters here at West Stanley High School with a score. West Stanley 31, East Montgomery 7. We'll be back, Stanley County, Monday Night Football. We're back on Stanley County Monday Night Football. Charles Curcio, Stanley News and Press. Brian Carter Video Services. No, we're not in LaGrange. We're in Red Cross. Scott for about 4 yards, maybe 3, depending on the spot.
And beautiful Red Cross, North Carolina. Beautiful night and brought our coats. We thought it was going to be 30 miles.
Yeah, 33 carries, 228 yards for West Stanley on the ground. Parker 6 of 7 for 93 yards in the air. So well over the 300-yard mark total for West Stanley. Only 138 combined yards for East Montgomery.
Oh, he found a hole.
He certainly did, and then he made his own.
I think that was Lucas Scott.
Scott once again. Not only did he make a hole, he just started he just drags tacklers. He's such a determined runner, such a physical, straight up the field runner. And he's not only is he's big, kind of that big size runner, but he's got speed for that size.
6'2", 186 pounds. He's not a little kid.
Not tiny by any imagination. He's not a scat back for sure. First and 10 now from the East Montgomery 38. Parker with a keeper. Oh, he take a really hard shot after maybe a 2-yard gain.
On fart, 2 yards.
Ooh, and it looked like it was shoulder to shoulder is what it looked like. All right, it's second down and about a long 7. Going to toss it to Scott this time. It's a nice. Oh, he just avoids somebody was coming in hard and heavy.
You see those extra yards he picked up.
I don't know. Yeah, he just avoided disaster. Somebody was coming in there with bad intentions. Third down in about 2, maybe 2.5.
And we have
under 9 minutes left in this fourth quarter. Colts well ahead, 31-7. And taking every bit of the play clock that they can. Twins left this time. Straight up the middle once again. Look out. Here goes Scott. 25, 15, and down around the 11. Another first down.
Scott gets across the 15 to about the 13.
Wow, a 17-yard gain that time and a first down. But this is what happens. You get West Stanley up, and they're able to just keep pounding the football at you. You know, I think the surprise in this game, I wouldn't say surprise. We knew Nick Parker was a good quarterback, but his running yards have been tremendous. And having 3 rushing touchdowns.
Definitely making a bid for Player of the Week.
Very strong one, if you... Scott off the right side. Pegues says no.
Not this time.
I'd say no gain on the play. It'll bring up second down and... Under 9 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter, 31-7. Colts threatening again in the red zone, 2nd and 10 now. Twins left this time. Parker's going to keep it. It's a designed rollout. Got one blocker in front of him, and he takes a big shot from Smith around the 12, maybe 11. Didn't get much out of it, maybe only a couple of yards.
Got up a little gingerly.
We'll bring up third down. Well, any points here, I won't say puts the game out of reach, but it's almost effectively out of reach. You know, even they're down 3 you need 3 touchdowns and 3 2-point conversions in 8 minutes. That's a tall order. Add anything to that, and it's going to make that even that much more difficult. And almost impossible. I won't say completely impossible because nothing is impossible.
You're trying to stay positive.
No, I'm just saying nothing's impossible. I don't believe in absolute certainties, except for that being a touchdown for Lucas Scott, and he was easily got through there. Touchdown, West Stanley Colts. 7 minutes, 32 seconds. A prototypical West Stanley drive down the field. And we have a timeout. We'll take a timeout and be back on Stanley County Monday Night Football. And West Stanley's going for 2 here. Going to pitch it to Hunter Stoker, and Stoker is in for the 2-point conversion, rather. Going to make it 39-7. And we'll be back on Stanley County Monday Night Football. So West Stanley 39, East Montgomery 7.
Commanding lead,
to say the least.
There's Cruz for the kickoff. Another booming kick.
Going to go into the end zone for another touchback.
Yeah, we're going to miss Cruz next year. He's been one of the funnest kickers to watch. I mean, I just like his style.
Absolutely. And we've seen time and time again how much a kicker can influence a game.
I'm glad that we were able to give him Player of the Week earlier in the season.
Absolutely. He won that game with an extra point.
He deserved that.
Don't forget, we will have a post-game show. We'll talk to head coach Brett Morton, and we kind of not a real big, huge surprise who our player of the game will be. And
everybody out there, just take a guess.
I'm going to toss it to Pegues. He cuts back up the field, 25, and he's going to get a first down, leaning forward just across the 30.
Just got the first down. Now stop the clock with 7:16 to go in this contest. 39-7. Advantage Colts.
And the band played on.
They're just sounding great.
Sound terrific tonight. Low snap. Piggies get picked off the deck by Eli Lee, number 70. Nice display of sportsmanship there. Awesome one. Absolutely. You know, we talk about the exploits of these kids on the field, you know, but it's all about what you learn, the lifetime lessons that are learned playing sports.
The life lessons.
And, you know, respect should be paid to the opposition at, you know, whether you're winning or whether you're losing.
Yeah, we'd like to give a shout out to the good folks at Stanley. Oh, we have some.
And just as you say that, of course, there's a little late discussion of some
quickly broken up
exchange of pleasantries and such, and that's another thing is, you know, as the later the games go on, fatigue starts to set in, and you'll see tempers get a little short, but
it even happens to long-time announcers together.
It happens to all of us, yes.
Everybody gets a little frustrated, but we're cool.
I'm not frustrated. I'm just hungry. Somebody feed me, please.
Feed me.
I'm a diabetic. I'm diabetic. It's what you do. You want food. And that's going to be a false start. And it'll back up.
Back them up 5. Yeah, we'd like to thank the good folks that give a shout out to the good folks at Stanley Community College.
Absolutely.
Michelle, Andre, Mark, and all the good people over there that make this broadcast possible.
We've been on the air since 2002 full-time, and we started with the 2001 playoffs. So we've been doing this nearly 17 years. I think it's going on 18 now.
Never forget that Maiden Almar game.
Not as long as I live. Stoker picked this one off. Oh, it was underthrown. And Stoker just played center field there, which he's used to playing baseball, used to playing catching a pop fly in baseball. That's exactly what he did right there.
Yeah, so getting some love from his teammates there, deservedly so.
So with 6:10, or that might be 5:10, excuse me, 5:10 remaining. West Stanley well in control. Just salting this one away and putting the finishing touches.
And the band plays on.
I think this was Jaquan Ingram this time, and maybe a couple of yards. Gain of about 2. We've got 2 week games left in the regular season, Brian, and they're both county rivalry games.
It's gonna be
Next
good.
week will be Albemarle to watch the Bulldogs play the South Stanley Rowdy Rebel Bulls, and then we'll see the Bulls again the last week of the season
at North
with the County Cup on the line.
Good way to end the season.
The Stanley Cup, brought to you by the Stanley News and Press.
Cheap plug.
Cheap plug. Trying a little
couldn't quite
jet sweep
outside
this time, and Bowden, as you said, could not really find any room to get back to the line of scrimmage. Oh, they're going to give him a yard, actually, excuse me, up to the 49. So it'll bring up 3rd down and 7. Yeah, South Stanley with 2 wins. I was looking at the standings. If South Stanley wins the final 2 games of the season, you'll have 3 teams with 2-1 records, which hasn't happened for nearly 30 years. So you wouldn't have a clear-cut winner.
What do you do?
I don't. Please don't put me on the spot because I really don't know.
We never had that happen before. Well, what do you do?
What do I do?
We have to figure that out.
I drive through McDonald's. I get a large sugar-free vanilla coffee and a side of fries and figure it out. We're going to take a timeout. We'll be back on Stanley County. And let y'all think about that order and make you hungry. We'll be back on Stanley County Monday Night Football. 3rd down now and 7 for the Colts. Clock is stopped with 3:37 left in the 4th quarter. Twins left this time. Backup quarterback is Montgomery. Rolls to his right, throws, caught at the 32, and out of bounds around the 25. Wow. Nice play, a nice pitch and catch to Daniel Hansen.
A good debut for the backup quarterback.
Well, he played a little earlier this season, of course, but that's for his debut tonight. You're right.
Moving the chains on the far sideline. West Stanley. 1st down.
So Parker has definitely earned the rest of the night off, I would say.
Earned a rest, a deserved rest.
Clock now under 3.5 minutes. This win will put West Stanley. I keep doing it again. It's bad. I'll start that again in just a second. Now Montgomery straight up the middle. Ooh, he runs into opposition almost immediately.
Might have got a yard.
Yeah, give him a couple of yards.
Okay.
So anyway, so West Stanley, thank you, will move to 5-3 overall and 2-0 in the Rocky River Conference with 2 games left. They'll play Forest Hills, and not Forest Hills. They'll play Mount Pleasant is the last week of the season, and next week they'll play Anson County. 2 tough games to end the season, but definitely winnable games, I believe. West Stanley has a chance to really, they're in a good position to compete for the conference championship. 2nd down and 8 now. Montgomery wants to throw. He's got a wide open target. Brock Morgan 5. He stretches.
Did he break
Did he
the plane?
get in the plane? No, he's down by contact. He's going to be short at the 1-yard line.
He was trying, though.
He absolutely leaned ahead. It leaned forward as far as a person could. They'll mark it at the 1-yard line. He extended out, but he did not get in. First and goal now from the 1 in the last 2 minutes. Gives it to Jaquan Ingram, and Jaquan did not get in.
It just takes more time off the clock. We're under 2 minutes now.
Montgomery all the way over to the sideline and now all the way back. That's a long run.
That's a long run.
That was a long haul there.
Needless to say, they're just taking their time.
Time of possession, they have really ground this game down, and they've really played the kind of game offensively that they wanted to.
Oh, yeah, they played their game.
Montgomery wants to keep it. Now goes straight up the middle, leans in. I think he fell backwards into the end zone. Waiting for a signal. There it is. Touchdown, West Stanley Colts.
Well, Charles, I'm highly impressed with West Stanley Colts.
Very impressive tonight.
Both sides of the ball. I mean, they've just been very impressive. 45-7. Getting ready to tack on the extra point.
Extra point is good. 1:17 left in the 4th. 46-7 in favor of the Colts. Harrison Montgomery with the touchdown, and this kickoff is going to get fielded at the 5. Final minute of this game. Oh, nice return. 30 and down around the 30, maybe 33.
Apparently Let's see. Did not get out of bounds.
But it doesn't
no, he
matter.
did. Well, let's see.
Well, the clock's still stopped.
Well, that's right.
It's a kickoff return.
Next return, the ball is come out to about the 33-yard line. So 25-yard return.
East Montgomery's going to take a timeout. We'll take one and be right back.
And we will clean the stadium up this evening before we leave. That saves us a lot of work.
Both teams now going deep into their benches in the final minute of this game.
And I'm making that stop on 2nd set, Cameron Treadway.
Yeah, I just can't believe how quickly this regular season is coming to an end. So
it's true.
Feels like we just started.
Straight up the middle once again. Nothing doing.
Maybe time for one more play, and that'll be the end.
East Montgomery's going to play right to the last 15 seconds.
They go for it all.
It's the backup quarterback, Smith. He's going to throw, and it is picked up by Stoker at the 48. Oh, he might return this for a touchdown. He's got a couple of people to beat. 10-5. End zone touchdown at the very last play of the game. Hunter Stoker returns it 53 yards for the touchdown on the final play of the game.
Wow, wow. And that will end this game, folks.
Will there be an extra point attempt? No, there will not. I was waiting to see.
All right.
So your final score, West Stanley 52, East Montgomery 7. What a great game for West Stanley, dominating on both sides of the ball. He's Brian Carter. I'm Charles Curcio. We'll be back with a post-game show here at the Larry Wagner Field at West Stanley. Whew. Take a breath. What is this? We are Stanley County Monday Night Football. Here on the postgame show on Stanley County Monday Night Football with our co-players of the game. Terrific performances from both these young men, Nick Parker and Hunter Stoker. Nick, let's talk first. 3 rushing touchdowns. It's the quarterback sneak was really there for you tonight, but then that third touchdown I thought was even more impressive, where you just kept the legs turning. Talk a little bit about your efforts tonight and that offensive line in front of you.
I mean, the offensive line, they do a great job getting up front, and it makes my job easy. Sure. So I just gotta find the hole and hit it and score touchdowns. So
you guys have had a lot of offense the last 2 weeks. 55 points against Forest Hills, 52. It seems like, and Coach talked about this earlier, that the rhythm with you in there is so much smoother right now.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of hard work at practice. I can't credit the running backs and the wide receivers. Once we get the run going, it makes my job easy, completing passes on the play action. So it's not much to it.
What does this win mean to you? You're 2-0 in conference now with 2 games left. Where do you think this team is right now?
I think we're in a good place. Just trying to get our ultimate goal of reaching the playoffs. So, I mean, I think everybody's pretty happy where we're at right now. So,
and with 5 wins, that should almost just all but qualify you for it.
Yeah, it should. So, just keep trying to get home field advantage. So.
There you go. Always something more to work for. And then Hunter Stoker, let's talk a little bit defensively. First off, I want to talk about the guys in front of you. You're a DB, but the guys in front of you. Talk a little bit about that front 7, the ability to stop the run.
Man, our front 7 was phenomenal. It makes the pass easier on us, honestly. So we ain't got to worry about the run. We got to worry about the pass. And when it's there, we make it happen. And
East Montgomery was sort of a pass-first team anyway. But after the first quarter, really, you guys seem to be able to kind of keep them off rhythm a little bit.
Yeah, since our front 7, they get pressure. it gives us time, gives us more time to get the interceptions and knock down the passes or whatever,
And it's got to feel good to end the game on a pick six. Talk us through that play.
Man, when I got that first interception, Coach asked me, "You want to go back out there?" I said, "Yeah." So I'm going to go back out there. I'm getting an interception. I'm taking it to the house. He said, "All right." And I said, "All right, we'll make it happen." And once I saw the ball go in the air, I was taking it to the house.
You're one of the veteran leaders on this team. What does it mean to get this win and to be able to move forward with 2 conference games left, being 2-0 in conference?
Man, it's big. It's real big on the Ants. And Ants is going to be a tough team to play, but I think the way we've been practicing the past couple of weeks, we'll be ready to go for it. I think it'll be a good game.
There you go. Hunter Stoker, Nick Parker, our co-players of the game on Stanley County Monday Night Football. Back on the postgame show on Stanley County Monday Night Football with West Stanley head coach Brett Morton. Coach, impressive performance on both sides of the football. Let's talk offense first. Offensive line just dominated East Montgomery for the majority of this game, and it just opened up the run game for you guys completely.
Yeah, they've gotten better as the year's going on, and we're trying to put them in more comfortable situations. We work every day. We're trying to be our best at a few things and get off the ball and play fast.
Absolutely. And Nick Parker, 3 touchdowns tonight. You could really see how much rhythm this team has with him at quarterback.
Yeah, it's a different animal when he's at quarterback. He's got rhythm. He knows where the ball needs to go, how it needs to go there, and he executes it well.
And then, of course, defensively, 2 interceptions from Stoker. But just after really the first quarter, the front seven's pressure on quarterback Watts just seemed to disrupt them on offense.
Absolutely. It was great to come back on defense after Forest Hills. We kind of got shelled on defense a little bit, even though we pulled it out. But to come back on defense and get pressure and stop the run and then be able to stop the pass as well, it was great. That's good for them.
2 big games left for you. 2-0 in the conference. You're in a really good position right now going into the Anson County game. How do you keep this going?
Hey, 1 week at a time, 1 day at a time. Anson, they shelled us last year, so it's one of those games where we want to go out there and try to prove that, we're better than we were last year and try to, just keep doing what we're supposed to do.
Thank you, Coach. Congratulations.
Thank you.
We'll be back. So the final score, as you can see behind me, 52-6. West Stanley all over East Montgomery, improving to 2-0 in the Rocky River Conference. We got 2 games left this season, and boy, are they going to be big ones. Albemarle, yes, Brian agrees. Albemarle, South Stanley, and then North Stanley against South Stanley as well. Next week, we'll be at Albemarle to see the Bulldogs take on the rowdy Rebel Bulls. For my partner, Brian Carter, Carter Video Services, I'm Charles Curcio from the Stanley News and Press. See you in the newspaper this weekend. We'll see you online and on television Monday night. Hashtag Team Tate.
Football is a 20th century technological struggle.
And what I seen was this whole raft of people a-setting on these 2 banks and looking at one another across this pretty little green cow pasture.
Football has hitting, clipping, spearing, blocking, punting, late hitting, unnecessary roughness, and personal fouls.